every singing board is different, and also the stick. So I'm not a fan of this one, the wooden one, but Gabi brought this, so thank you so much. And we are in Edinburgh, in this city sanctuary that is really reconnecting nature and the city together, right? It's like create that nets and web where we can come, reconnect and recharge and rebalance ourselves. And today I welcome you with another beautiful soul that is willing to join the medicine woman, medicine man sharings. And today I also realize why it's so important to do it in the nature, because also I'm trying to find a way to bring the whispers of the land. And sometimes when I do indoor, when we meet with people indoor, I can feel a little bit the difference, and I want to awake that whispers of the land and find a way also to share the stories of the land and why the land is so important. And very often now we don't really value itself, but there's our connection with ancestors, the medicine, the knowledge, all the plants, all things are food is coming from the land, and also the land carries a lot of the stories, the singing, the songs, the ceremonies. So I feel like this is also the reason when I was waiting for you today, Gabi, I was like really reflecting on it, and I was like thinking like, oh yeah, actually this is the reason. So I'm still like learning and remind myself why it's being on the land is so important. And also like we are surrendered with these beautiful trees, and the birds are like passing by, and maybe some dogs, and it feels so alive.
And a river down there.
Yes, there is a river as well. So it's like we are connected also to the elements as well, and the sounds and the vibrations. So that's why I realized this is my reflection. So we are here today with another beautiful soul that lives in Edinburgh, and we're gonna share her work, her passion, purpose, and as we are doing different things, offering, but they're all connected. They're all connected. So, and we're gonna share in a minute how we met. This was also a beautiful story, and I feel like what connects us in personal journey, and we don't know with Gabi long time. So that is the beauty of connecting, and I love meeting people and learning new things and exploring. So welcome to be part of Medicine Woman, Medicine Man sharings. And could you willing to share who are you and what are you doing?
Okay,
We're
thank you.
gonna start. We're gonna start from it. And Gabi is very humble, so we need to like pull bits by bits, because it's like her approach is very, very, very humble. I found out. So yes,
Okay.
and because I know you're doing a lot and you have a lot to offer and to give. So thank
Okay.
you. Mhm.
Thank you for meeting me, and thank you for this invitation, for this sharing. Quite exciting, nervous as well.
It can be a bit nervous because no, we are not get used to it to camera as well.
Yeah.
I'm also learning that.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Gabi, and I do Shiatsu, and I just got lost because this is the second take, so I already kind of shared. So yeah, so I do Shiatsu and all things that that evolve from that. Like for me, like so I started my journey with Shiatsu, and that brought me like into my body and into connection with the nature, with the universe. So that's where it all started, like with, and from there, like all different paths and different exploration, finding different pieces of me and different parts of me, and yeah.
But what is important, like what is Shiatsu?
Yeah, so Shiatsu,
How
so
to
there is
describe? How to describe? Yeah.
yeah, so there is a different way. So I can describe the one like that, like if you Google Shiatsu, so what you would usually find. So it's the Japanese body work, which is like that basically working on restoring the energy flow in a body. So working on the meridian pathways. It's kind of the theory is derived from traditional Chinese medicine, so we're working with that as well. But it's really like just like once you connect with the body, it's just this beautiful dance of the energy and the connection, because you get the grounded to the earth, and you get the energy coming into your body, like entering your crown, so through your spine into your hands, and you have that connection with the body, and you connect with the energy of the body you're working on, and it's just you're tuning the body, like you're helping the body finding the way to restore the balance. And it's like in different ways. It's the physical, it's the emotional, it's the spiritual, so it can be like very different things.
Yeah, because like when I totally forget when I met Gabi, that I was during my Buto practice, Buto dance practice. We've been also having the Shiatsu massage weekly classes, and it was quite tense. Like it was quite physical, but because it was beautiful because we connected with Gabi, and we started actually from exchange our services, and we met through the touch. And when I remember when I received your Gabi, your massage, it was very light, it was very gentle, and exactly it was like this very fluid, it was like a dance, it was like energy flowing, and it's really touched me deeply. I could really feel a lot of energy passing through my bodies, and I even started crying because there was like, so I felt like deep connection to the water, and it was very present, and something awake within me, that missing part that my soul still calling, and my body, and we have that missing part that our body will remember. It's not only about our soul, but also memory of the body. It's and I feel like through the touch body work, we help us to actually memorize and help us awake things that are stuck, are that exactly bring that fluidity into it, right? Or things that because our body remembers, so there can be like a very because we restore a lot of things. It can be painful events happenings from our life, but also it can be very pleasant or something that we're really longing for. And I feel like this, because our mind is telling us stuff constantly all the time. But like, through that experience, I really realized like the way you work, and it's very deep. And I love that, because very often when people comes to me, and I haven't got many often clients and people coming to the massage, because I'm just beginning the journey with again, was telling, I need hard, I need this, I need to feel it, push it hard or touch me hard and stuff. But I feel like we need to remember also that gentle way of reconnecting with our body. Because then it's different approach as well, and give us space, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I found it like my experiences, because Japanese also was very tough, very hard, very painful, but the way you work, it was very like totally different approach, and I love that.
So first, like I've been touching in the energy of your heart, so it's very gentle, like so that's why it wasn't but
so you also feel the different people, and you reconnect with the energy of the people.
So it depends what meridian and what level. So I can work like with physical, and that could be like they could be like quite like more like physical, and you could really feel painful, or feel be more like painful or deep, like or the lighter, like more like when you're working like with the emotions, and so you basically tuning, and you approach like whatever that you're working with.
And also it's important to explain to people, because like it's as a body worker massagist, when we also work from the holistic approach, right? It's not like physical approach.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
sports and massage, all of that are a little bit different, but I feel like very often we're still learning about understanding. It's been massage been for many years, but I still feel from my own experience that we still have my misunderstood, because we work on the different fields.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And this tuning in as well, right?
And yeah, and it's the same. I agree with what you said as well about the Japanese. It's a different cultures, and if you would go for shiatsu in Japan, or like it is painful.
Of you will receive from Japanese person.
Yeah. And I remember like once, like when I started like practicing, I had someone, I used to offer like that I would come to people, and I had someone booked like, and I went to the hotel, and it was some Japanese tourist, and the guy booked session for his wife, and she was so tiny, so skinny, and she was like saying more pressure, and I was like, oh come on lady, like if I put like even a little bit more pressure on you, I was so like scared like that I'm gonna break her. So, but anyway, so that's the way. But for us, like I think in here, like in Europe, or it's more like a different approach, and I believe as well, and that's like what Shiatsu like teach, like when you come in the training is if you approach someone like with they feel so much pain and discomfort in the body. So what automatically happened? The body tighten up, like all the muscle, and they close up, and then you're able to enter, and able to connect like with whatever, like as you say, like you're looking for, like what is there and what could come up, or what you can move through, to free from the body, or so you and even like if I approaching like lighter, slowly, and building the trust. And sometimes like with some people they are quite close up, like, and when you start working on them, and they're not letting you in, and you have to take like few sessions, like till you are able to actually go completely connect with them and actually do some work. But then it's like you're starting with sessions when you just like working like really like on the surface, because they have like so much things they holding on, and they not letting you in. Or if you have like client like who maybe like their wife goes to you and she really enjoys receiving shiatsu, and she thinks, oh it will be good for my husband, and she sends him, but he's not really like into massage, or he's not really so then there is that the same thing. So if someone comes to you and they're not really like into like so it's about like the trust, and about like opening, so the approaching like with that trust, and with building that trust, so with that touch, making that connection, so that they can relax and open, so then you can enter deeper, rather than like if you go like right in like creating the pain, like the body tighten, like everything close up. So
and it's very important to speak about it, because very often people comes with and believe like one session we're gonna solve the problem in any, like it can be shamanic or whatever. Psychotherapy, you have sessions, like it has like agreement, like few months. People sometimes work 1, 2, 3 years, and people come to us for one session, and they I think like that they very often we have expectation, okay, and there is also like integration, and there is also like our approach, how we our connection with our body, because this is what I realized, because I wasn't fan of touch and body work for a long time, even as a performing artist was different, because there was like artistic approach and expression. But then it's become as a holistic approach.
Like that you being touched, or you touched?
Yeah, both ways.
Both ways, okay.
Yeah, even our massages are huge resistance towards the learning, and I was doing this, but I think I wasn't that connected, and recently something opened up in me, and I'm very open to receive, but also depending from who I'm receiving, I'm still a bit picky, like because there is like different approach and who I am giving. So that's why mostly like I feel very comfortable working with women. With men I feel like it's a little bit different, because like I went through some different experiences, and there might be some misunderstanding. You know, like we spoke about it, like you know, the men sometimes have expectation of happy endings and all of that, which I'm shocked and surprised that actually is happening in this. But we need to speak about it because it's really it's not that we are not connecting with our body, and part of our needs are sexual needs, but actually it's about like the approach is somewhat different, right? And I feel like it's very, that's why I feel like on the one way I feel very safe to work with women's because mostly you know, and the men's are very welcome, but men's that really want to have this they coming with the clear intention and the purpose, like yeah, I'm coming here to reconnect with my body, with my soul. It's part of the healing, you know, process. Whatever we think, like you know, there's different definition of healing and approach, but the one that really want to work on themselves, right, in a way, in gentle way, loving way, and compassionable way, without you know, without like sexuality is part of our life. We cannot deny it, but when we are not really the way we using them, the way we approaching as well. So I found it like it's very important to speak about it, like about that safety. Also, like as a practitioners, because we need to protect ourselves as well and respect our service and ourselves very often. So you know. So that's why, but I feel like it will be very nice to welcome men as well to that space and invite them to that reconnecting and building that trust with our body, because I found it like very often we don't trust our body, we don't trust our instinct, and you know, and very often I was thinking about only the spiritual aspect, you know, healing my through the shamanic healing or energy healing, but I was denying the body work for very long. Then I was through this massage training that I had in India, I realized how this is value and how much we are like holding to it, and we need, and for me it's like so now essential to work with the body and learn that trust towards myself. Because the emotions are part of our body, and they are restoring in different parts of the body, as you said, like in meridians and all of that. Shiatsu has that knowledge where the emotions are also stored, and if someone comes to you that it was, for example, was going through maybe from violence or domestic violence, they restoring different parts of the body, right? Or been like many different abuse, different kind of abuse, or many different memories that we have. They are still restored in our body. You know, the spiritual work is important. It's meditation is part of it. But I found it is my learning and understanding now to also bringing and open up. Like it's like Pandora box to me. The body is like Pandora box. When we open, it's like wow, so many things are happening.
I think it's all connected. Like so, it's you know, when you do the shamanic work, so all that, like okay, you have someone like to take you on a journey, or someone like to lead you like through, you know, and you doing it like the body work, like there is that connection like with different person, like you know, like to you allow that connection, and it's that healing touch, like you know, like we felt that like, you know, during the lockdown, when there was like no allowed like to touching, no allowed to make that connection, so you could really feel that like how much that is like missed, like something like what before that was like sort of normal, like you know, meeting with the friends, hugging or like holding hands and that kind of things, like so it's something through that connection, like you know, that warm, and hands connect, like you know, connecting the heart, you know, there is our soul, our love, you know, so you connect like through the hands, like with and the touch. So
and what is like for your understanding about the healing touch?
Healing touch. I don't know what
because
to say.
you know because after you know work with you, I really felt it, you know, and I understood, like you know, sometimes we are afraid to use it because it's big words, but I feel like it's it's like the touch can be healing,
Mm,
and it also
yeah.
can be harming. We know when it's
Yeah,
coming, yeah. So
yeah,
that
yeah.
this like resonance and this deep
Mm.
listening.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. So it's so for me, so it's a connection. Like, so I am connected to myself, to my, you know, I'm in my center. I'm sort of grounded in the earth, so I derive the energy from the earth, and I have the connection with the sky, so the light, and you know, so the yin and yang joining together, and then like from my hands, and I'm connecting with the other. So so there is that universal energy, the life force that is like within everything and everybody, and I'm just tuning in and see what's there and what wants to come.
But you
what,
have
what wants to move, or
Gabi, you have years of experience. It's true. It's like years of experience, and in some ways you're still learning and developing, right?
yeah. I mean, it's every I mean, it's new and new things in different ways, and every client has something, you have something to learn from, like, yeah.
I see the body as a landscape as well.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, different
yeah,
stories
yeah.
are coming to
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
and different things. That's why it's
And
like
it's-
so fascinating
Yeah,
to work
yeah.
with, also with the body.
And I just want to say, also like bringing you, you know, the same like in a life, like whatever you're going through. So the life gives you on your path like someone who can move you on a way. So it's the same like with the clients. Like usually, like you know, whatever you're going through, like you would resonate like with the client, like bringing you. You know, I had noticed that like for me, bringing you people like on a path, like, you know, clients with things like that.
So they
They're
reflect
similar to-
things. That
Yeah,
you-
yeah,
that,
yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah, and that kind of come into my mind when you were talking about that, you know, like that, how you feel about like offering massage to male at the moment. So yeah, so I think that, and I had been there as well, like when I had a point when I felt like that kind of like I do prefer more work with women rather than, even so Shiatsu is so very different because
Yes.
client doesn't take clothes off. So but still, but it was a different, I think it was like for me like that kind of energy of, yeah.
I think what I'm going through is quite personal and it's
Yeah,
opening,
yeah,
you
definitely,
know,
yeah.
because I thought like it's only for a women, but then it's like I'm still learning and then like receiving different things, and that's okay to give yourself time to experience as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, it's your journey, and you know, like whenever you're ready, then it's, you know, things coming.
But also you're not also offering massage, but you're also learning prepare to, you also teach people to become a shiatsu massagist, isn't it?
Yeah, at the moment, like the school is on a hold, like, but yeah, I did. I have been past the school from actually my teacher, like Tamzin, like I trained with her, and then I continued train along Cynthia, who was also my teacher. And yeah, it was interesting experience because we got caught like in time at the lockdown, so we moved on a Zoom, and so yeah, so then we had like, because the shiatsu training, like professional training, takes like 3 years, so we did had a group which were like really like too resistant and say it doesn't work, it doesn't feel like that, and then we had a group like who were quite open, and you can see like when we return back to you know, in person and hands-on again, how their ki developed, because they were like in their first year of that training, and it takes time before you start feeling the ki in a body. And so because some of the students even like didn't live like with family, you know, they lived alone, so they didn't have like another body to practice on. So we were encouraging them, okay, let's, you know, keep doing self shiatsu, so keep working on yourself, and they really develop like a very good skill of tuning and feeling the ki in their own body. And of course that's the key as well, isn't it? Because when you know like how does it feel for me and this feels nice. So this is or you feel like and so you get more understanding, and and we could have seen that like in time, like how their development and how they develop faster. So we were like, that was like really good thing what we learned from, and maybe like good thing to apply for the future, like still encouraging them like doing self shiatsu, because they can learn quite a lot from that as well. So yeah.
Indeed, because like we spoke about it, like when we give the hold the space for others, we kind of also keep forgetting how does it feel on us,
Yeah,
like the memory with the body, and how does it really helps you, and how does it make you feel afterwards. Because it's and then it's like something like, I don't know, I just recently really fall in love with that work, body work, and it's and I wasn't very skeptic, as I said. I was very critical, and now something is more and more opening for me, and I'm like more curious, how does it feel, and different types of massages are different and stuff like that, and there's not about be better or there's a lot of competition as well happening, and it's kind of shameful that, because for me it's like each there is sometimes too much, because it could be simplified in some ways, but I feel like it's so beautiful, like we have different teachings and different ways, and even probably there are different school of shiatsu and different approach and different so it can be like it's big field, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking, so shiatsu is relatively new in a way, like even so it's sort of so it been like officially recognized in 1964 or something in Japan, and then from then it came into Europe, and it was like it was two styles at first, like when it started, like the different schools, because it developed from this Anma, just Chinese massage, which was done like by blind people.
Wow.
Yeah, because they had, and it is interesting, like if you close your eyes, like, or it's the same like when you do a meditation or journey or anything, like when you have your closed eye, you can tune more in, like you don't have so, and so there was like this there was this guy called Namakoshi. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his first name, so I'm not gonna try. And so he opened the first school in Japan, like beginning like 1911 or something. And so he started, train in shiatsu, different people, but it was like more like sort of Western based. So it was lots of like approach, so lots of anatomy, and it's so very different. You don't get that energy thing. So I'm trained in Zen Shiatsu, and most schools like in UK is Zen Shiatsu, which was developed by a student from this Namakoshi called Shizuto Masunaga, and so he brings that spiritual part into it.
It's interesting, because I was learning from Japanese teacher, and at the time we was very focused on meridian, where to but I didn't feel like it. Maybe it was different at the time for me. It wasn't. I didn't feel like lots of energy work at the time.
Yeah, it's so, and it was funny, like,
but
because
it was just few it wasn't like all course training. It was just part of the process. So it's.
I had experience when so as you, when I was involved with school or whatever, so you always come like across like different shiatsu people, like and or we're trying to connect, and so I met this guy, and he was assisting with the school like maybe for 2 weekends. He was from Spain, I think, or maybe South America, but then he had family in Spain. I don't know, because he went back to Spain, and he was the Namakoshi style, and we did exchange, and it felt so very different. And when we were talking, and I was teaching at that weekend, like I was teaching students like about like sort of tuning like into a different quality of touch, like the Kyo and Jitsu, so they feel like how is something like that feels like more full, and something that feels more empty, like, or yin and yang sort of quality, like in a body. So, and how to approach, working when you send something like that. And he was kind of like not really like familiar like with the energetic connection of like this part, and I experienced it. It felt nice, but it was different. It was missing that spirit, that soul of the shiatsu for that. That what is for me, is that
essence, it's
it's
not that easy to describe, because
it's
a feeling, it's emotion, and it's very
and it's different for
etheric.
It's different for everybody, and it's different
Exactly.
every time, and so there are different styles, but in UK you would come across Zen Shiatsu, and as well as you go, then you develop your own style, and you put your own soul in as well. So you could have like two different shiatsu practitioners who train the same, but it would still be different because they would have like, and it's like, and as you say, so as I've been, so for me the main thing is shiatsu, but I love like different things, and they make you, and you derive from all that like what you know and what it gives to you, and you bring that in. So, and it's somebody else like has different what is their fitter soul, or what they like to, because shiatsu is not just okay. So it's this like there's this client come like for some body work, but it's not just what is part of what we do, like it's part of like there's quite a lot, like for me is the connection between earth and heavens, so the yin and yang, so the exchange. So I like to do lots of qigong, like with that, and I made it like for myself. I like dancing, so for me like in the nature, and I close my eyes and I feel into the space, I feel into the earth through my feet, like and I tune in my body what I feel, what is there and where it wants to move. And I just start like, and sometimes it looks like some qigong, sometimes it's like whatever, but it's just like I feel like how my body wants to move, where I feel the energy, where it wants to flow. Sometimes some song comes in.
I love it that you also use the tuning forks during the massage.
So that is like I love that's how we met, isn't it? Like in a way, because I was following you like in the past, like because I love drumming, and I saw you been doing some offerings, but it was too far for me at the time, like to go there, and then we met in person, and I started talking to you about that. So
it's just like this is the beauty, actually, and it's very surprising, and sometimes we need to be the right timing, and we need to be open. We need to be open, and also that open to receive is very important, as we spoke, because when we are not open to receive, and even if you say I'm open, but our body it's still not open, then your mind, you might think that I'm open. Yes, my body my mind is saying I'm open, but our body, and then you found it like there is a fascia, there is blockages, and there is the energy cannot flow, isn't it? That's why we just spoke before.
Also, there is that thing like you start working on someone and they say, oh, I didn't know I had my feet, or I didn't know I had so much tension, like because they are so disconnected from their body, which is like for
this is quite common, right?
And for me it's quite, I mean, someone, because I'm not all the time, like, but I tend to like always return to my body and be aware. So it's kind of quite strange, but it is common, like for because the world we live in is like we are more in head, in our heads. So coming back, and so that's why what I love like about like even like things I do, like thinking even just simple thing like can be nothing special, just placing your hand on your chest, like, or anywhere on your body, on your belly, and take a deep breath in, and that brings you into your body, like, because it's just like being here. So and that then from there, everything is much easier, isn't it? Like then you are like, when you take that breath, and when you enter into your body, then you can
So for
see so differently. Like you have whatever, like stress and any other whatever you're dealing with. You feel angry, or I mean, maybe with anger it's harder, but anyway.
So like people comes to you, for example, for Shiatsu, so you say you give them some instruction or direction, or you support them like the way just like
because it's like, as I said, it's derived from Oriental medicine. So I basically use like 5 elements like in the diagnosis, and the meridians I work as well. So it gives me the idea. Then sometimes like you have things, or there's like something comes, that's coming from from the body or from the connection, and then you can at the end usually like you can give some recommendation of like some exercise, or whatever comes up. And also like,
but during the massage as well, you say like people, just connect to your breath or stuff, or you just give like what is like the instruction that sometimes, because like this, because through the breath also, we can observing of the people, you can see a lot, right? And I can see how much like during meditative touch, how the breath is important in that process, because it also helps us to coming back to our body, take us away from the mind, as you said. As when we place that hands, it's not easy sometimes. It takes time to practice, right? The meditation as well. And sometimes we have good meditation, sometimes we say good, but there's no good, but sometimes when it feels flow, and sometimes we feel like we cannot let go because there's so many thoughts coming. So there is not good, but there's another just experience, right?
Yeah.
And how is like with Shiatsu? Is the breath helping to relax and to bring more energy, or like you just?
So in a way, like if I say so, when we talk, if I go like into some theory of the Oriental medicine, so how we get the energy, or how we get the key, which is like everywhere, like in in the universe, in a rock, in a tree, in our body. So how do we get more? How do we get that energy? How do we get? So we derive like from the breath, from the air, like the air we breathe. So that's the one source. Another source that move and energize our body, like how we get this key, is from the food we eat.
So important.
And then the third one is that we get from our ancestors, from our parents, and that is our DNA, or that is the essence that is stored in the kidneys.
So Shiatsu also teach about it, or this is your own development? Shiatsu also brings that
part
ancestor.
of the Shiatsu.
I didn't know that. It's beautiful actually, because it's quite deep knowledge and quite deep understanding. And it's also, do you feel like it's also how it was for you when you began? It's bring you to the process of inner healing, and how does it
definitely,
how does it happen? How Shiatsu came to your life, Gabi? You didn't talk about it.
So it was quite interesting. So I am originally from the Czech Republic, and I was into punk music for quite a long time, and I was so excited like about after in Czech Republic after the revolution, and then all these like punk bands will start coming and playing, and it was so touching, and for me, well, it was very like, oh yeah, I want to experience, I want to know what they saying, because I didn't know English. I learned Russian and German in school, so I didn't know any English, and so I was like, oh yeah, really feel what they trying to
through the songs.
Or like when I'm like, okay, I want to know more, I want to experience. So I ended up like in England, in Manchester, and as an au pair, and then so been in a family which was quite because I had like green hair at the time and some piercings, like I took like and so that was like challenging, like being like for with like they were kind of worried like how that would influence their children, like if they would want to have colorful hair and this and that. But anyway, yeah. So and then I ended up like up here and another story. And I met the guy, and it was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay, because before there was this freedom, like I'm just gonna be traveling, and I go back. But then I met someone, and it was for me, okay, I'm now staying in Scotland for now, and that was like very, very challenging suddenly. And then I was like feeling depressed at the time, and I was looking like on different ways how to deal with that. And so I was like connecting and experimenting like with the essential oils and things like that. And then I was looking like later on I came across, and I was looking like into aromatherapy massage, but I don't know if it was exactly it was some massage like but involved like oils, and it was at the Salisbury Center. But I also saw like there was the advert for Shiatsu training, and I was like, what is this? I had no idea like what Shiatsu was, and there was like also offer like for the evening classes, which was like with Tamsin, my teacher, later. So I started doing these classes, and I decided like for me, okay, this is because it wasn't just like actual or in these classes we did not really learn massage as such, but we were doing like all that like coming back into the body. We were doing like 5-element qigong, and things
because
like
Tai
that.
Chi Kung, Tai Chi also like through my performing another arts, I was practicing Tai Chi, and it's like it's also I struggle with it, but it's also help like energy, working with the energy.
And so it's the same principle like
exactly.
Shiatsu. So and so this is like when you go for training, it's a journey, and it's not just you don't just learn the body work. It's just like
much more
how to keep yourself like and your body like be in your body, and you experience, you embody like every element, every meridian. Like so there is like this Tai Chi Qigong, there is like breath work, there is like different things along, and then it's your toolbox, so you use it for yourself, and then it's like you recommend like different things, like it depends what is part of you and what resonates with the client.
And do you feel like the Shiatsu can work for the nature and for the animals? Like we can use it as well?
Oh, there's like
ways of working or exchange energies and...
I did. Then we had the cat. Like I used to like give him some shiatsu. Like, but I mean, cats are like I know. Like I used to go like to someone for shiatsu, and she had cat, and the cat would always be like nearby. Okay. Or when I train and we meant to do the sort of we had certain number of practices like to hand in every month, and my friend she used to come with her dog. And her dog would lie nearby, and she would also like fall asleep, like because there is the energy in a surrounding as well, not just like what you connect. And
do you
through
think
the touch.
This same can work with the nature, with the plants, or with the
and I mean food? and I just wanted to say as well, there is like this specific thing like horse shiatsu. It's actual thing, like people do.
Because horses are very sensitive and very sensible beings, right? They really feel and they can.
So I mean, and that is so you can. As I said, I did like on my cat, like, but you can do.
But why they did only for the horses? Is there any reason why they choose horses? Or?
I don't know if because I know of like it's Elaine Lehti, which she's she's the what you call it she's the Shiatsu School of Glasgow, and then she has horses, and I know
maybe
like
that's why.
So some through her, but I don't know why, because I'm sure you can do like with other animals, like, but then like I don't know like how like on professional level like how you can if you can open work? That would probably need to be like somehow with the insurance and all that, like, so I don't know if that, but like as like if you have your own pet and you know you can, and with the nature it's all energy. Like I have done this beautiful experiment. I saw like some friends like talking about it, and they said, oh, now it's going like this thing like over the internet, and it's just like, I mean, I always like, feel the connection with the land, with the trees, with the plants, or the animals like you passing over. But there was like this, it was so different. She said like, actually like tree can hug you, but like with the, and you stand like near the tree, near the branches, and then you start talking to the tree and ask the tree to touch you, and they do. I was like, wow, that was so something. So I was quite almost like in tears. Like it was very emotional. Like when the branch start moving towards you and start touching your face.
Yeah, because like we
That
think
was like, wow.
also we feel like the animals and the trees, the plants, they feel the energy we are coming in and out. It's also very mindful the way we touch, because sometimes I also touch, but sometimes we say, oh, we need to wait for permission and ask the tree, is it okay? Because it's okay, we forget, because sometimes I'm so excited, but it's a beautiful experience that we can have it, and they are free as breath. And we need to like keep like some, like it's very powerful, right? But we need like, sometimes we often expect some magic. We was like, as other psychedelics or medication give you that kick and this bring you high, but this is different kind of experience of high, and that bring you to the restoring your fields and being peaceful. Yeah, it's like I keep saying that like for me this is different type of high now, to have that feeling of peacefulness and calmness, because it feels very essential for well-being.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the best medicine and how I recharge myself, like I just go lost myself in nature. Anywhere, like, and it doesn't have to be like a big walk or anything. It's just like finding some nice spot, like like we are now, and then just connecting, like and I could be there, like and just
simple as right? Because everyone is waiting for holiday and for going abroad, and but simple as
it's again it's that head and rush, isn't it? But just coming and be in peace and quiet and just sit in the nature, feel that earth that holds you, like being there, like all just surrounded by trees. I mean, I think I love that the best, like actually having that trees around, like you feel that, like. And I have like, I choose to go like to my work if it's a school, so I get drop my daughter to school, and then I walk through forest. It's not even really forest kind of thing, proper forest in a way, but it's lots of trees, and I really love to see like how it changed like during different seasons. Connecting with all the elements during the as the year goes, as it change, how the tree look in winter, how it looks like now, like and like feeling that different, like if it's like when they have the leaves, so how the shade or they hold the water, isn't it? Like you feel the damp. Sometimes it's refreshing, sometimes it's more cooling. Like it depends how is it like in where you coming into under the trees. So so
you're very connected to the nature, isn't it, Gabi? We have something common, very common.
I mean, that's my medicine. That's where I derive.
And, this is the
that's
question
what nourishes me.
that I mostly ask at the end, but here you are. Like we are not in the end yet, but what is your understanding about the medicine and being a medicine woman? Because like you say, but the medicine for you is the nature. This is the medicine, right? Like, but what is your understanding with the word medicine, and what does it mean, the medicine woman, medicine man? What is your picture comes out, or imagination, or words that comes?
I don't know. I mean, for me, I never really thought of it. But what I'm just thinking of, it's like this, everything is connected, like it's all we are all one, we all come from one, like and it's that flow, that exchange, like and it's the love, like, isn't it, like that, it's openness, softness from the heart, which is love, isn't it? And that when your heart is empty and open, and you can connect through that, like, so you can feel that all the beauty or all the nature around you, or make that connection, make that exchange with humans and with nature, with animals, like through that openness. And you can control from there, like what you want to take in and what you what you want to give out.
And you know what was talking about it, I also received like, because through Shiatsu you work also with Chinese medicine, and you know, like we hold like different emotion, like grief, anger in different parts, and the food,
Different
as you
organs.
said, like food we eat is also very essential, right? Because then it can
We are what you
activate
eat.
the also with the elements, with the
Yeah,
fire, the
yeah,
water,
yeah,
and
yeah.
all of that, and more and more we talk about it, but do we apply this to real life? You know what I mean? Do we really? And now it's like we think that sometimes you eat healthy, but actually the things that you eat doesn't really support you, or they bring more fire, or it's so it's like constant like observation, like you know this is practicing mindfulness towards our body and our soul, right? Because sometimes like we might trigger also our emotion through food, and the way we breathe, the way we live. And I found it like those days is like, it feels like, yeah, if you can, as you know, I when I go somewhere for holiday and I stay in the villages, or when I go to the Iceland, even here in Scotland, I can see the life is a little bit different. People more rely on the nature, because there are like, you need to, because there are storms, the weather is more raw, and people are more like reconnecting with themselves. They rely really on themselves, right? And you can see that the life is a little bit slower, different rhythm than in the city.
Yeah.
And I feel like our body also need that space
Yeah.
to really recover and restore.
To
This space, like also in the nature, you found that
yeah,
space, and I found
yeah.
like for me, you know, when I go to the nature, also this is like, it feels like it's the calling, as less as people as possible, because I need the space,
Yeah,
and this is the magic of the
yeah,
nature, because she creates that space.
Yeah, and it's a different flow of the energy, isn't it? And it has a different effect on your nervous system, on your body, and it's funny, like for me, like you know, like when I could really sense, because I live right in the city center, and sometimes it could be quite busy, like with the people, with the tourists, especially now. And you sense it's got like so very different, that energy is like so buzzing and so full, and so it's and you can feel it like when you spend time, you know, you somewhere like this, and then as you start coming like, you know, home, and you can really feel that change of the energy, you know, as you're entering like from something peaceful and so nourishing towards the very, very busy.
Yes, that's, and it's also very. It's an invitation for others to observe that within yourself, right? Like how does it? Because the more we mindful are, the more we observe, the more we are more like take that time to actually notice things. This is for me being mindful, understanding of being mindful, noticing the difference and noticing the things, and it's not that, you know, when you have something that maybe it's not considered as a healthy and stuff. Also, like I try to avoid to feel guilty, you know, when I eat
definitely.
something
I was
maybe
gonna say that. Yeah.
I know, you know, I have something and I know that it's actually, oh my God, you know, but I say like, it's okay, don't judge as well yourself. It's okay, you are aware of it. It's just like, this is my weakness, but also not to excuse it. It's very often, but
you know, like
it's that compassion towards
well,
ourselves.
it's gonna make it worse, actually. Like if you start like panicking or feeling guilty, or like, you know, I shouldn't have eaten, it's gonna make it worse, you know, for you than when you are just like, okay, I just feel like, you know, having
But
this
very
today.
often we judge our bodies. I do judge my body. I can only speak what I speak now here. It's like in this conversations about my experiences, you know, and I know how. That's why I feel like how much I might need to carry in my body, that is like, be free, release from it, you know.
I think this was like the biggest intake for me, like receiving like massage from you. Was that like the same, like, you know, how I could be like cruel and judgy towards my body, but how you accepted me, you know, like how you accepted my body, like you work on my body and you were singing to my body, and I was like, you know, and I was like, why? Like how could you be so cruel, like when someone like is you know, and it was like showing me like how I should be more more accepting to myself, to my own body as well.
This is
And
the
I mean,
beautiful
and I mean,
teaching,
yeah, and for me, I mean, I thinking of me more like, if I'm tuning, it's more like that deeper than just like the surface, but that was that accepting that surface of like, you know, of that shell that carry like whatever is inside.
But you know, Gabi, to get to that point that you know, you as a practitioner for many years, and that's why it's very, it's amazing. I know we spoke about it as well. The prices we try to make accessible as possible to others, because many of my clients say it's too expensive. That we are aware of it, because it's like, for me it's also again the shocking things that massage is like privilege. It's keep changing, you know, but many people say I cannot afford this,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's crazy on a way when I think about it, because this is our temple, you know, and we might restore, we might, you know, we might go for running, we might go for swimming, but because maybe we have that way of working also with energy field, we both working with the energy, we can notice how that's important, because it applies
Yeah.
these two sources, and the more you work and the more you receive, you can understand a little bit. You can become mechanics as well, so it's also like another client, pack. We spoke, we cannot work that way, 1 hour, that, pack, okay. You know, you can be,
Yeah.
but you know, I feel like our way of understanding is a little bit different, so that's why we can sense more things that also, and like for me it's like I'm quite emotional, and I can cry, and I can, you know, because it feels like it's bring me home. The touch bring me home to my true essence, to truly touch things that my soul longing for thousands of years, because like when we work our ancestors, because we touch like many lifetimes, if we believe in the past life, right, or memories comes, or our dreams, and then it's a journey, so let's not expect miracle of the first session. It's really like, it's true, miracle can happen, and things must shift completely for our way and the understanding, but it's like, that's why, you know, for me it's like big surprise of the body work of massage, that they can be so rich and so powerful, but very often it feels like spa body work like only, but I feel for me it's now, because I receive, and there was a lot of meditation and a lot of different practices, and receiving from other different people and different approach, I can see how that's, and my also understanding, because like inner work, inner landscape, and you're also doing that, reconnecting with the earth, reconnecting, and you know, be mindful of our thoughts, connecting with the breath and all of that, that gentleness, that listening, right? Because we do need to learn to listen ourselves, and also the listen to another person, so we can meet.
Yeah.
Or if somebody is not open, then you know. But
yeah, but I mean, that was always like so very for me. Like I don't receive like really very many like massage with the oil, like, and as you say, like, you know, about, because I mean the one like with you, it was so very different, because you were, you know, there was like energetic connection, but like what I had experienced in the past, so it was more that like just manual, like there was, so it was just like working on the muscle, so it felt nice, but it didn't have that what I love about Shiatsu, like that deeper connection, and I just lost what I was gonna say. What was the point of this? Yeah, so gone.
it's fine, but it's for me it's also a surprise, and I can learn, and there is also the longing beside of me for more, because I think we need to, and sometimes even if you don't have longing, you have that, oh, something happened, what was that, and this curiosity, right?
Yeah, what this is where I was going, so, and but it's also so it's not just, it's a journey for the receiver. It allow them connect to their own energy, to their own body, to their own memories, you know. It takes them on journey, like
Because
so
there are layers of layers. As we have layers of going for the psychotherapy or going for therapy and stuff like that. I found it like, for me it's like because holistic practitioner is all about the body, mind, and spirit. That's why I'm so hungry for knowledge and more to learn, to combine, these practices to help me to understand, because I'm not sure if we can fully understand what healing is, because it's like this part of the mystery. It's kind of magic, when it's happened, when people cure themselves, when they really cure from the illnesses of the brain, of the soul. There is, of course, and it's the way the environment is very important. The things we eat, the things we think, the thoughts, and also our connection with our body, with ourselves is also part of it. There is many different things that we can bring together, but for all of us, the medicine and the healing is different understanding and meaning.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's from our experience, isn't it? So that's how we can understand things.
But there's things that we can take, like we can actually start observing and noticing and take responsibility for our bodies and our mind and our soul. Yeah, this is powerful things that we often deny, that this responsibility. And there's the discipline, and this is like the work, because it's like nothing comes easy. They need to be. It's true. Discipline is part of it.
Yeah. It's a thing like you say about the responsibility. Yeah, because it's like you touched on that as well. Like when you have the client coming to you like first time, having like so many different things going on for them, and they basically giving all that responsibility for whatever that is wrong with them. They dump it onto you and expect you like to be healed and to be fixed from you in that first session. But it's not how it works, isn't it? Like they need to make that journey. Like we are not the healers, we not do the work. It's in a, like the Shiatsu, how it works, like it creates that space for them to reconnect with their own body's ability to heal. So I just tune in and I just feel what's going on, but it's them who's doing that work. So and then it's that openness and willingness to change, to feel, to.
I feel like this comes for me with the time, because very often I understood I had the expectation, and I thought like oh yeah, it's gonna heal me, it's gonna fix me.
And then we are
the like fix, so please fix me, because and I'm like, or and they're like very often, like we also as a practitioners, we create that magic, this can heal you, I'm doing the miracles and all of that. I found that there's a lot of manipulation to bring the clients. Let's be honest, but I feel like for me this credo and understanding is very important, like to have your credo and strong credo, like not to over manipulate. We know we working for intention of love and healing, but but also we have our own limitations, and people have its own limitations, so their expectation need to meet like halfway, right? And it's important to touch about it, because there is a lot of manipulations and creates that and we also don't want to feel like as we are selling our soul, because it's not the way, because it's like when we are like very honest with yourself and other people, and we experience, we've been there, Gabi, we saw many things, and then you go, and it's like, so I found it like, so what is your credo as a practitioner? Do you have like your inner credo, that inner value system that you practicing and help you to remind you of that healing hands, of that, why you're doing this, because it's important sometimes, when I'm doubting myself, why I'm doing this and all of that, and then it's coming back to me again. Okay. Do you have something that your own way of approach, that it's keep your skeleton straight, that you don't feel like you're selling your soul and mind and body?
I love what I do. I think that's the main, and I don't feel. I just offer. What's there, like, and whoever wants to receive from me, as a call to receive. So.
That's, I feel like you're a very humble soul, because you don't create the extra story for it. You know what I mean? It's just like Yeah, this is what is
I
happening.
mean, it's
and-
an
and-
exchange. It's exchange of energy. So it's, as I was saying, so it's that flow, like, you know, what I derive from, you know, it's the earth, it's the sky, and it's my hands, and it just flow through me, and it's this is nice connection, like with, and every Shiatsu practitioner would tell you. We do, you know, like when you give Shiatsu, you receive as well. You don't feel, you know, it's an exchange. So it's this meditative state, like it's this beautiful dance with the body. So you don't feel tired, you don't feel exhausted. Like it's just this beautiful connection, like with different body, with their energy.
But do you feel like if somebody is carrying a lot of things within themselves, can you?
I don't
You don't
pick up.
pick up?
No. It's
No.
just that's the flow. Like it's just the exchange. It just goes. There's no that like and the way how Shiatsu works. So there is that connection. So you align and you connect with your hara, which is, you know, the abdomen, like, and you work from your hara. So you breathe, and everything coming, all the movement, everything is coming from your center, from your hara. So it's keeping you, you know, you staying there. So
because as you touch the hara, I want to stay here, and I think we're gonna end it up in hara, and we're gonna do another episode like very shortly after this, and we're gonna speak about your second offering, because I think it's very important to speak about it, my love, because we go very deep into Shiatsu.
okay.
So we're gonna be like maybe not that long, but still I feel like it's important to speak because it touches many subjects. So do you have any exercises as we finish this part? We didn't plan, but it's happening because I don't want to, because otherwise it will be too long, the video. We can practice our hara with our breath. Do you have something that you do for yourself?
Something for the hara.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's more like things like that. I feel like more exciting like than just hara. But it's just a very simple, like, you know, like anyone.
More exciting also we can touch very quick. If you have something very basic, like very.
I don't know. I'm just thinking something what would be quite short. But even just like for the hara, so like just placing, you know, like is the basic, like placing your hand on your belly, on your abdomen, or you know, like sometimes I like connect with my heart as well. So like having the water and fire connection, and just taking deep breath into your abdomen, you know, and feeling so all the way down, so you feel that belly rising up, like, you know, ribs expanding. You can take that breath even higher up into your heart, and then just let it go, all emptying. So having that connection, or even feeling like when you're breathing into your belly, also like expanding towards your spine. So and that's, you know, bringing you into body and grounding as well. And that's the basic what we teach, like in a, you know, first day on a, because it's basically like you have to, every movement in Shiatsu comes from your hara, and you see that like in the babies when they crawl, when they, you know, little children, like, or so they move from hara. But we as a adult and stuff, so we sit on a chair. And that brings us
That's
from the ground.
I love to sit, you know, like on the like Japanese style. They sit
and
on
exactly.
the ground.
Shiatsu is
they
done.
sleep on the. You also brought your stuff, and it was like on the ground. Everything on the ground. Right?
I think that's maybe something important. Like I forgot to mention, like about Shiatsu. It's done on a futon on the ground. So we are connected on the ground. So it's that movement. And like as you said, in Japan and different cultures, like they don't use chairs, they are on the ground, isn't sitting on the ground, so squatting, like, you know, all that, like, and that brings you again back to your hara, you know, back to your belly and all that, like movement coming from there. So for me, like, just saying this is very simple and basic, but for me it's just like, oh, okay, maybe there's more exciting things like I would like to share, but
magic, let's share magic.
But they would be
That's
like
coming back to the roots,
yeah,
Let's
definitely
keep coming back to the roots.
And
there's like in all practices that we're gonna do the same things. You look for a magic, but as simple as that.
That's true.
And the touch when
definitely,
you feel like, you know,
definitely.
when you feel But we look for more exciting things, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like you want to do all of fancy and fluffy, and then it's just like just touch your body and take a breath, and all the way down into your belly, like basically, and that's it, and that's your center. Yeah, that is your, and like with all the qigong and all the movement, so you then bring that energy into your belly and store it like in there.
But it's very interesting because as a finishing of this subject, like for example, for me, belly is big things, and I'm still struggling with my body, mostly with the belly, because other parts I can accept it, but my belly is a big part to lose, and I feel like for many women, we are ashamed of our body shape, but we hold so much, like here in our hara, right?
Yeah, and then it's a beautiful hara massage, like that can release lots of emotions. Yeah,
in Shiatsu as well.
Yeah.
So you can in Shiatsu work particular on
just only to the the
one
I mean,
part.
and you have like there is all the organs in the belly, isn't it? Like the sexual energy, like
and for the women's and men's work differently, or
on a hara. In Shiatsu massage, kind of this is the same. There is not like, but I know there is a different way of cultivating energy when you want to store like different direction for men and women, like but
is there anything before we close the topic with Shiatsu, because we could keep talking, it's like because we touch also a lot of things with the emotion and stuff that you feel it will be beneficial to close with before we open the second chapter.
I mean the emotions, I don't know. I had in mind, like when you were saying like about some closing, so I have like my favorite practices, like, but I would be like much longer, like when it's like in Oriental medicine, so we're talking like about 5 elements, and different element correspond with different color, different whatever, and so different emotion. So
you sometimes bring that to your meditations as well,
and
to
then
your practices.
And then these emotions have like different sounds, and you can
Sounds.
breathe. No, sounds. Sound.
Different sound.
So then you can breathe and you can sound to clear like each of the organs. So that's
Do
my
you
favorite practice.
Do you remember one that we could do like for 5 minutes? Or like I'll just briefly, briefly, even not 5 minutes. There's no timing. Like briefly to take us for a journey, so somebody can do it its own.
You mean like to go through the 5 different emotions? I mean, I can just
name it. Yeah, and
I can shorten it. I mean, I love to use, because it tells you say, okay, so like for instance, like liver. So emotions is anger, resentment, frustration. So you want to clear that out, and then you can bring in the kindness and acceptance.
And how long does it take?
I don't know. As I said, like it depends, like how I get carried on, like with like. But you can make like if I do it like for myself. So I don't saying So if I take someone on in this breath work, so I explaining, okay, this is the emotion, this is what you're breathing out, this is what you're bringing in. Sometimes I say it's nice to say some affirmation as well, like with that, like what you're bringing in. But if I do it by myself, I know, okay, I just go through and I just make the move and sound and breathe that out, and and that's much faster than like just taking someone through and explaining different parts.
But you explaining all of the different parts of the body?
No. So basically, we would be working with the lung, and it would be like grief and sadness. Then we would be working with the kidney, which is fear. Then we would be working with the liver, which is like this anger, frustration, resentment. And we would be working with the heart, which would be like jealousy and anxiety. And then we would be working with the spleen, and that would be worry. So
that's why I love it. I love that way of approach, because we work on the emotions, And you know, sometimes things in life feels very scary, especially now that we are actually manipulated and we are like this big. We live. I sometimes feel like people live in the caves. You know, because there's a lot of happening. So when you turn on the telly on, you've been like going through these waves of programming, even no telly, social media style, like there's a lot of manipulation and you know, a lot of grief, a lot of, so I feel like there's a lot of beautiful practices that we can support ourselves, because happiness is important and celebration of life is very important. I feel like we need to remind ourselves, we hold the grief, we are like, we are compassionate to other people's pains, but also cultivate the joyfulness and happiness, also support the sources of light, isn't it? Like in my understanding, like to not to get ourselves tame in that darkness, because this darkness can be terrifying and it can spread very easily. So I feel like it's like practicing this also mindfulness and be aware how where we actually giving our power away, who we are supporting, and you know, I am aware of pain and suffering because it's happening, but also I want to celebrate life. I want to be happy. It's my responsibility. I know I feel the pain, and it's like the pain. Or sometimes people say like I feel shameful, or I feel like guilty because I'm happy. This is another, you know, because it can happen, right? Because there's war happening, there's people starving, there's children dying, and also that I feel like the guiltiness also might come along with it. But we didn't came to suffer. It's so clear and so pure. So we like also remind ourselves to serve of this like simple way of sharing.
I look on it like everything starts with me, isn't it? And I am the one, like I can make the change. So
we can make the change indeed.
So as you know, start on myself, like and you know, get people and it growing. So like so if I am happy and I can spread the happiness around me, and then and it start growing, like, if you know what I mean, like,
and our heart
more
is expanding,
people,
right, with much more love,
and more people. So, and I could hopefully reach like to the, you know, the happy places, if you know what I mean, rather than like, as you say, like what is gonna do good, like if I'm gonna feel guilty about my happiness or guilty about like so if you can share, you start yourself and you can share that what you can offer, what you can create around you.
Yes, so we'd love to finish with that, with the first part, right? With that, yes, you wanted to
I
say.
was just thinking maybe we can start the second part with that. It would be maybe.
Yes, we can. I think it will be beautiful way of as we didn't plan, but we open so many things that are important to talk about it, isn't it? It's just this, I call this like a soul to soul conversation, because it's not an interview, it's like our souls meet up and it's just like helping to understand and clear the clouds, right? It's like I feel like, because the thoughts are clouds and we create sometimes, and you know, we create sometimes the issues and problem, they might be not that big, they can be tiny as the seeds, but they can grow. So this is, I feel like, our responsibility. When we can see that our seeds are growing as our illnesses, we can act on it, and the way approach we have towards ourselves, and we have, when we have that love towards ourselves and compassion towards ourselves, it's so essential. I found it on my healing journey, you know. And to admire, and it's like it says like, this is me, I'm keep changing and keep developing, and to like,
this is the like the biggest thing of the heart, isn't it? Like how our heart is able to open, like,
and then we can feel it in the hara, because we can feel it like it's something, because we are holding, like, you know, the things like for shame and all of that. As a woman, I know we're holding so much as well in our hara, you know, and when we start embracing and work with that hara, and the way we feel it, like it's like actually something is opening within myself, like we are shameful of our so many stories that we came through, or you know, or I am not this, I am not that, and there is a lot of expectation that we've been put as well on us. We can speak as only as not only but as a woman. You know, we are don't know exactly how it's as a men's, but you know, I feel like it's as a woman. There's like generation of expectations, and men's are holding different things. So I found it like for me the connection with my body is healing me. Also with going to the nature, you know, lying on the grass, being able to surrender in the sea. That's why I need the sea, the water, because also I found this is very healing to me. This is too cold right now, but I found it like the water and all of the elements are like, I love working with the elements, and I feel like Gabi, you too, like, you know, these elements that bring us back home and opening up something, right?
Yeah.
They open the visions, they open our bodies.
Definitely.
That hunger for love and celebration.
Yeah, definitely. It's all part of us. Yeah.
Would you like to finish this part with something? Or
Don't really can think of anything.
Yeah, I've been talking a lot.
Yeah.
So we welcome you for another part. We're gonna wave just in a minute. Thank you so much for listening. And if you go that far, I will post information about Gabi, about her social media, about what she does, and her name as well, so you can find her and reach her out and get in touch to receive.
Yes.
Simple as that, right?
Yeah.
So we welcome you for another part where we're gonna speak another. We're gonna do some sharings. Gabi will gonna get us for a little bit journey, and then we're gonna continue. What is the other offerings that you do, Gabi?
At the moment, I do like sort of circle for women who are going through perimenopause.
And we're gonna speak about it on the second part of it. That work with the women's and the cycle of life.
Yeah.
Feels that way. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Gabi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna share another part of sharing.